Episode 9, The Poisonous Dolphin. Please enter the urn. Su Wairo saw that his younger brother was rarely interested in the Su family's property, so he simply handed it over to him to handle the contract, and was willing to gamble all the family property to draw his salary. Yunxiang admires Su Wairo's courage very much, so the price in Nandu Silk City will gradually stabilize. On the other hand, Qian Rong revealed to the merchants that some people are hoarding goods and causing high prices. It is a promise to transport the raw silk back in person and hire the 4 major bodyguards to accompany him. Within one day, 70% of the 80,000 raw silk contracts were sold, and the price of raw silk rose accordingly. The news spread wildly. Once the Su family's raw silk came back, the price of silk in Nandu would definitely return to normal. Qi Tianfeng, who had hoarded a huge amount of raw silk, intended to annex the Su family, so naturally he would not let them do so easily. Ding Yi truthfully reported Yunxiang's entry into Su's mansion last night, guessing that these schemes were more like Yunxiang's hands. Qi Tianfeng was dissatisfied, but still invited Yunxiang to meet. Su Mingyu wanted to go with Yunxiang, but was rejected by Ding Yi. Yunxiang was calm and comforted Su Mingyu not to worry. In his opinion, the more dangerous it is, the more interesting it will be. Afterwards, Yunxiang went to the appointment alone, but was unexpectedly attacked by Qi Tianfeng. The two fought against each other, and each found out the truth. Yunxiang discovered that Qi Tianfeng had deep internal strength, and Qi Tianfeng also noticed the shortcomings of his exercises, so he deliberately mentioned Wensong, and pointed out that Yunxiang wanted to hurt both the Su family and the Chao gang. Yunxiang remained calm and only answered yes or no. Qi Tianfeng said that if the Su family surrendered at this time, at most they would lose the reputation of the merchant, or the title of the imperial merchant, but selling the deed is tantamount to betting on the Su family's century-old foundation, which means that Yunxiang personally forced the Su family dead-end. However, Yunxiang didn't agree with Qi Tianfeng's words. She got up to say goodbye after a few words of pleasantries, only to realize that the jade finger was left behind in the restaurant when she came back, and she was in a turmoil for a while. At the same time, Qi Tianfeng picked up the jade wrench and inspected it carefully, and the word Luo was engraved on it, which shocked him to realize that Yunxiang was from Luo Jiabeng. And he must have come to Nandu for revenge. So in the next action, Qi Tianfeng emphasized that in addition to being on guard against the Su family, he should also pay special attention to Yunxiang's movements. Because the Su family's caravan was about to leave tomorrow, Su Wairo refused his younger brother's request to escort the escort. But Su Mingyu has already boasted to Haikao. Yunxiang thinks it is a good thing for him to go, not to mention Xu Yanan and Jin Biao are accompanying. They will definitely protect his safety. That night, Jin Biao sat on the ground and raised the price. He didn't mean to ask for money, but to ask Yunxiang to help find the sold child. He also asked him to open a school in Lianchengfeng, take care of the children's daily expenses, and make a living by himself if he has a future. Lu, if you have no future, you can stay in the gambling house and do odd jobs. Naturally, Yunxiang had no room for objection, and it was expected that Jin Biao and Xu Yanan had discussed it long ago. Seeing Yunxiang's restless state, Xu Yanan sneaked into Qi's mansion alone to help him find the jade ring finger, and took it back from Qi Tianfeng with great effort. Qi Tianfeng asked Xu Yanan to bring a message to Yunxiang. As long as he didn't help the Su family this time, he would tell Yunxiang the whole story of Luo Jiazwen. In the middle of the night, Xu Yanan brought back the jade ring finger and returned it to the original owner, and passed on Qi Tianfeng's words by the way. Yunxiang complained that Xu Yanan would ruin the plan by doing so, but in fact he was deeply moved. Xu Yanan didn't hear Yunxiang's words of thanks. Feeling very upset, he turned back to his room to pack his luggage. Yunxiang fought for a long time, but she came to Xu Yanan again, and took the initiative to hug her, thanking her for her safe return, otherwise she would regret it for the rest of her life. Qi Tianfeng knew that there were only 3 ways for the Su family to transport the silk back. He was guarding the water transport, and the sea transport was blocked. He began to buy a large number of promissory notes, thinking that the chances of winning were in his hands, and Yunxiang was not idle, so he immediately went to see Mo Bufan, and in Wei offered a sky-high price of land and property as gifts. Asking Mo Bufan to come forward to protect the raw silk from entering the southern capital smoothly, and to find Jishintang orphans, Sun Chi Tianfeng also found Mo Bufan, and wanted to borrow money to sell the promissory notes, on condition that he pledged all the properties of the Chao gang and gave him 10% of the monthly revenue. Although Mo Bufan is from the same family as Yunxiang, he is a businessman after all, so he naturally has to weigh which side has the greater benefit, which is more beneficial to Guang Wizhuang.